Hey there, welcome to my awesome office. My name is Roberto. A lot of you probably already know that. I really have a hard time believing you're watching this video. You don't know who I am, but if you are new, hi, how's it going? My name is Roberto Blake. I'm a creative entrepreneur. I put day in the life of a YouTube entrepreneur in the title today because I just thought it would get more clicks. But something I get asked a lot of questions about is to do a day in the life video. A lot of you have wondered what my day looks like, what my routine, my schedule, all of that stuff is, and you're in luck. Today is Tuesday, which means it's an admin day. Today is a day where I focus on some of my administration work and things that I need to get done for my business. And so let me just kind of even break down for you guys what it is that I actually do, how I make my money, and how I set up and structure my day this morning. So let's get to it. Hopefully you guys can see this whiteboard up here. It's ironic that I've done like 1,500 videos over the last 7 years. I'm really not good at daily vlogging, but I wanted to show you guys kind of the breakdown of the different things I do. I'm a content creator, obviously. I'm a coach, a consultant for brands. I do a lot of affiliate marketing. I make really good money off the affiliate marketing. And I'm also a public speaker. I'm just doing less of that because of COVID. So you can see that there's a lot more that I do than just make YouTube videos. And there's nothing wrong if you just make YouTube videos or that's how you make your money. I just have a lot of things that I do and I have a lot of diverse revenue streams. And that's actually worked out for me pretty well because it means a lot more things have to go wrong before I start having an anxiety attack. We skipped my morning routine in this video because I actually want to save that for a video that I'm making about whether the millionaire morning routines actually work, because I just think that'd be an interesting video. I know that a lot of you watch more of the videos with like make money online or how to grow a YouTube channel or even some of the video editing stuff, but I just think that that would be a very cool video to help some of you with productivity. And also if you feel some imposter syndrome or like you're not doing enough, it might get you out of that mode and help you just change your priorities a little bit. Those of you who follow me on Twitter and Instagram know that I'm obsessed with calendar blocking and that I have these like daily routines kind of set up. So I have what's called maker days and manager days, and they're wildly different. And today is a manager day. It's an admin day. It's a day where I focus instead of on, filming or photography and video editing heavily, even though I'm still gonna do a lot of that stuff today. My priority is doing things like follow-ups and emails. So one of my big priorities today is actually to do a call for a sponsorship and brand deal that also has some consulting for a small local business tied to it. So I'm actually going to be helping out a small business here in Atlanta, and it's actually part of a really cool brand deal that I'm working on that you'll find out about a little bit later as long as everything works out. So I'm really excited about that project. I'm also doing things for you guys who are on the newsletter. Those of you who are in the Awesome Squad newsletter, you can sign up to that down below, by the way. It's totally free. And you'll get cool emails from me where I give you some insights into what I'm doing in my brand and business, things I'm doing on the back end of my YouTube channel, the results of some of my experiments. And it's just another way for me to actually talk to you guys directly without relying on algorithms. So today is an admin day. That usually is me doing admin work from about, 10 a.m. until about noon when I do lunch. I do a 1-hour lunch break, and I also use that as relaxation time, jam out to music, eat some good food, and then I'm on with the rest of my day. You may have noticed that there are a lot of different work areas and themes set up all around the office here, and that's not an accident. I like having these different spaces that actually help me focus on what I'm doing. And I also designed everything to kind of motivate me and keep me inspired. When I was an employee and working for other people, I didn't have the most inspiring workspaces or anything like that. It was often soul crushing, drab, and boring. So I like a lot of color, I like a lot of inspiration. And so I set up my workspace to just kind of keep me pumped and excited, but also to kind of remind me of everything I've built and accomplished over the years. So one of the things that I try to do, especially because I know a lot of you get obsessed with comparing yourself to other people in Instagram, believe me, I get it. I spent most of my time in high school and college when I was broke, comparing myself to, my friends who might have like been in a 2-parent home and had things just a little bit better than me, or some of my friends that actually were from a really, healthy financial background. Their parents were really successful. I used to I wouldn't say that I was like jealous or envious of them, but I also just used to make them my measuring stick for what my life should be. And I think that was a really toxic mindset, and I think it caused me a lot of pain and hardship. And one of the reasons that I decided, even though I suck at vlogging, guys, I'm like really bad at it. I'm no Casey Neistat. I wanted to like start doing something ever so often with these day in the life of an entrepreneur videos to give you an insight into the lifestyle that I designed for myself and what my day-to-day looks like, because I know that a lot of people are flexing this glamorous lifestyle. A lot of people are calling it like, hustle culture or whatever. I don't feel that anybody who's truly successful promotes toxic productivity and workaholism. I think a lot of times people take sound bites and hyperbole out of context. And I think if you look at how people are actually living their life for real, and not people who are living a lifestyle that's meant to get them views and likes and brand deals, think about it. I don't live a lifestyle that's meant to get me views and likes and brand deals. I think that if I show you what my workflow looks like with my tutorials, and then I show you what my lifestyle looks like in terms of like how I try to be practical and I try to do things to protect my mental health and my peace and to make me productive, but also make me happy, I think that it might be a better influence on you than some of the things you might be seeing out there. And as much as I like some of my privacy and I like keeping to myself, I just think that it might be actually helpful to some of you to see that there might be an alternative to what's being put out there. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, just go ahead and take care of that right now. Just at Roberto Blake, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. So I just had something dope and unexpected happen. I just got a text message about getting a $100 Amazon gift card from a virtual conference I spoke at. I spoke at YouTube Marketing Summit, and it's put on by Social Media Examiner, and just as a thank you, they sent me a $100 gift card. That's dope. That's unexpected, I just figured I'd throw in that feel-good moment since we're doing a day in my life. That's so cool that I can do that. Anyway, right now I'm in Google Docs and I'm also in Slack coordinating with my team. I have to develop this week's training for our Awesome Creator Academy. It's my coaching and membership group. And so what I have to do is I have to put together the outline for this week's training on video content strategy and the 3 main types of videos. And then somebody that works with me, she's another coach, Andy Rivera, she's gonna actually turn my outline into a PDF presentation, and then we're gonna walk through that in a webinar this week with our members. So that's actually really cool. We do live trainings once a week, and then we also do live Q&As on a different day. So we do 2 live trainings a week in my membership coaching group, and this is actually what takes up a lot of my time, because that's like 90-minute sessions with people. And then I do one-on-one coaching calls whenever people have those booked. I have some premium coaching clients that do calls with me every week. And that actually takes up a lot of time and energy because I also have to prep for those calls. And I also have to put together materials like these outlines. Sometimes I'm putting together infographics, or I'll film a video presentation for the members. So it's actually a lot of work. And then I have to respond to people in the private Facebook group. I think a lot of people just assume that I'm a full-time YouTuber and that, like most YouTubers, I make all of my money from brand deals and YouTube AdSense. And while that's like really solid money, and I probably do as a content creator, purely as a content creator now, pretty much 6 figures from that between the brand deals and the AdSense, not to mention the affiliate marketing on top of that, I have to spend a lot of time in my coaching business. I actually really like teaching people. I like spending time with people, and I feel like other content creators like me aren't always getting what they need out of free content. My business model is different because I primarily focus on my group. I focus on actually like spending time with my members and doing one-on-one coaching calls instead of just selling, $500, $1,000 courses. And by the way, I'm not shading anybody who sells those courses. I actually think a lot of them are really good. And I have a video coming out where I bought every YouTube course so you don't have to. And there are a lot of them that I can recommend and that I think are solid. For example, I think that Graham Stephan has one of the best, most affordable YouTube courses out there. I really like the Depth of Sunny's YouTube course. But whenever I look at other people's courses or other people's YouTube content, whether it's for YouTube related stuff or things in my business and online marketing, I just see a lot of gaps between what's out there and what my own experience has been. And I've been saying this more, I just think that lived experiences matter. It's part of why I want to do this day in the life series ever so often and show you guys a little bit more behind the scenes and to just talk to you about what my day and my life is actually like instead of you having to imagine it. I'll just show you. And I focus on my membership group in Awesome Creator Academy because it actually keeps me sharp and it keeps me grounded because I'm working with people who have 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, and I'm getting different perspectives. I actually am able to see the numbers in different people's niches and talk to them about it on a regular basis. We're in the Facebook group every day. We're doing these 2 live trainings every week. We're doing our monthly big Zoom conference call, and I'm getting to understand, and I have been since I've been doing this since late 2017, what people's actual problems are outside the bubble of my own content. And by doing that, I think that I have this broader understanding of the platform and people's experiences and the different types of business models that people have tied to their YouTube channel and how they make their money. And I feel like by teaching and by working with people one-on-one and helping them fix their own issues, that it just makes me smarter and I learn so much. And so when I look at a lot of what's out there, I see gaps that aren't being filled for certain people and for people like me. And the way I make my YouTube content is the same way I do everything else in my business. I try to find people who aren't being served. It's not always as popular, it's not always as big of a group, but I think people who think like me or people who share my values or people who come from different backgrounds, I think that it's an underserved part of the market. And I feel like somebody showing up for them actually matters. And it's the entire focus of how I built my business. So for me, doing, a $59 a month membership, for me, I felt like that was the business I wanted to do more than I wanted to, sell a bunch of $500 courses. And it's not like I'm never going to make a course. I don't want you to get the impression that I hate courses or I'm against them. I just don't know that they work for 90% of people. And it's okay if they don't, because I really just want to make a course for the people who want to learn from me and the people who learn like me and the people who ultimately think like me and do their business that way. All right, I did lunch. You guys really don't need to see me eating. It's not a good time. Trust me on that. So right now I'm approaching the stage of the day where I actually need to do some video editing work. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna knock that out. I need to work on a YouTube video that I wanna put out either tonight or tomorrow. I'm trying to get back to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday upload schedule. And then after we hit 500,000 subscribers, I want to be a lunatic because hopefully by then I'll be working full time with an editor and I want to go back to daily content, or at least Monday through Friday. And if I'm not doing Monday through Friday on YouTube, then I will be doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'll be doing a lot more probably content in my other platforms. But I want to make more content. I actually, for the first time in a long time, am excited by the idea of making daily videos. Oh, also, if you guys didn't notice, I edit all of my YouTube videos in Adobe Premiere Pro. I've been using it for years, and in fact I actually worked with them on a series on their YouTube channel called Learn from the Pros. So I'm gonna link that in the info card and description so you guys can check that out and see a little bit of like the tutorials and behind the scenes of how I actually edit my content. Also, let me know in the description if you guys want to see more of my workflow and process for doing everything, how I film these YouTube videos, how I make them from scratch, all the little things. Let me know if that's something you're into. I'll try and make those videos. Please give them views. Something only a couple of people know about is that I do my video editing work in phases. In general, I do all of my work in phases. I use the Pomodoro technique. I have this really cool, I think it's called Lumetri or Lumetric, something like that, timer. It's also my YouTube subscriber counter. And so I have this app in it, and I actually use the Pomodoro method to work 25 minutes at a time on a task. And so I break that task up into about, 3 sections of 25 minutes, stretch for 5 minutes, walk around, rehydrate, do all that stuff, and then back to it. So it's like 3 30-minute blocks working 25 minutes at a time with 5-minute breaks for rest. And that's how I don't end up overworking myself. I know with all the rhetoric around hustle culture, I don't even believe hustle culture is real. I think it was, I hate to be that guy. I feel like it was a term made up by the media for a lot of different reasons. But if you actually see how people like me and other successful people work throughout our day, you'll realize that we don't subscribe to toxic productivity. I think the most toxic productivity type lifestyle I had was when I was working as an employee, because I didn't have a choice and I didn't get to decide when I could stop or take a break. Sometimes I didn't get to decide when I get to go home. So there's that. Speaking of breaks, I want some Starbucks. Let's go. So this weekend, I actually need to clean and vacuum this car because I have not done that in a minute. And I'm not going to show you guys what a mess it is. So let's just go to Starbucks up the street real quick.
Hi, thanks for choosing Starbucks. This is Amanda. What's your name?
Roberto.
Hi, Roberto. What's going to start for you today?
Yes. Can I get a vanilla bean frap venti, cream, no coffee?
All right, venti vanilla bean cream frappuccino. No coffee in that. Got it. Anything else?
Yes. Could I get a Can I get a salted caramel frap? Also a banana nut bread.
All right.
So whenever I go to a drive-through or anything like that, I do go ahead and I wear a mask. Obviously, I don't think I need to wear one while I'm driving by myself, but when I'm going through the drive-through, I think it's a way to kind of just respect those workers who have to be there. That's how they make their money, and to show them that I do care and I understand that they're putting themselves at risk so that I can have just a little tiny convenience. And so for me, I'm not trying to virtue signal or tell you guys what to do or how to live your life. I just remember when I was like working a 9-to-5 job, I didn't have a lot of choices, and a lot of times I was disrespected by customers when I wasn't being disrespected by people I worked with or who worked above me. A lot of times, sometimes I was disrespected by customers. So I try to show those people the respect that I would have wanted when I was in that situation, when I was broke and I didn't have a lot of choices. Somewhere, Graham Stephan is frowning and shaking his head at me for buying overpriced Starbucks. But it's something I only do once or twice a week, and because my sister works for me as an office assistant and does some admin work for me in my business, and she loves Starbucks, it's a way for me to treat her and also treat myself. But in general, I don't do it. For one thing, I've been cutting back on sugar and working out more. And then when I left my 9-to-5 job, one of the first things I did, and I was doing this on my way out of that job, was I actually stopped drinking caffeine, and I largely cut carbonated and sugary beverages out of my diet, and it had a ridiculous amount of health benefits: better sleep, higher energy, less anxiety. I highly recommend it. But I'm also okay with you treating yourself to the little things if you feel like you work hard, you deserve them, you want them. I'm all about being frugal AF, believe it or not. But when it comes to just being nice to yourself, I'm all for it, even if it costs a few extra bucks. All right, it's almost time for me to do my training over in Awesome Creator Academy. We're doing a Q&A today for a lot of our members, and I'm probably going to end up giving some people a little bit of help with their YouTube channel. But I'm also realizing that my priorities list here on the whiteboard, I'm probably not going to get to everything today. See, I have a massive to-do list that happens in my calendar blocking, but at the same time, I usually only have about 5 big tasks, 5 main priorities. And so a lot of times I'll put them up here on the whiteboard. I got my brand deal call done. I've got my training outline made up for Andy, so she's gonna turn that into a PDF. And we have the Academy training at 4 today. I think that I'm gonna get my video editing done, and I'm gonna get a video out today. I don't technically have to get one out to Wednesday, but I want to get one out today on Tuesday, and I think I'm gonna manage that. So I'll mark that out when it's actually done. But I don't think I'm gonna get to film the intro to my new masterclass. I'm making a YouTube masterclass that's gonna be like a free training. It's gonna help grow my email list. It's also gonna probably bring new people to the Academy. And I wanted to at least film the intro and then maybe the first run of one of the 5 segments in that. I don't think I'm gonna manage to get that done today and be able to like stop working when I want to and be able to just like chill, relax, and check email. So I'm not gonna push myself to do that, because when you film something, you have to have the energy and you have to be in the right headspace to do it, or it's not gonna come out right. And so this thing is a big deal and will be a big part of my brand, and it's gonna be the thing that helps me massively grow my email list, reach more people, and it's gonna be a really good piece of training. So I don't want to do it halfway. So if I can't get that film today, the good news is tomorrow is a creator day where I can prioritize filming, editing, photography, and all those things. And so if I have to do it then, that's what's going to happen. The important thing today is to take care of the people in my coaching group and to also get the content done. I just need a quick minute to update my Instagram story that I just filmed. But the reason that I want to talk to you guys about this is a lot of you have told me that like you see like this quote unquote like toxic hustle culture in Instagram. I wouldn't know because I don't follow those accounts. So I don't know what other people are talking about when they talk about that. I remember, like I was telling you guys earlier, that when I was an employee, toxic productivity was something I experienced on a regular basis, and it's part of what pushed me to become an entrepreneur. And what I've tried to do as an entrepreneur is not, abuse myself or disrespect myself in the way that I felt I was disrespected and, sometimes overworked and overwhelmed and underpaid as an employee. So I don't do that to myself. And, I'm probably the best and worst boss I've ever had. But what I believe in is I do believe in hard work. I believe in a strong work ethic. I believe in being disciplined and consistent and patient to be successful. What I don't believe in is sitting there doom scrolling all the time, because that's bad for your mental health. And I don't think you need to always play keeping up with the Joneses. I think that the way that you quote unquote stay in your own lane is by just focusing on what you can actually control. And part of that is controlling your feed and deciding who to follow. So if there are people that you think are promoting a bad lifestyle, guess what you can do? You can unfollow them. But I'm also now trying to open up and show you more of what I think a positive version of entrepreneurship could be or could look like. And believe it or not, I have a lot of fun doing this. So if you want to check that out, follow me over on Instagram. I post there almost daily in my Instagram stories. So if you want to check that out and you want to see more of these behind the scenes, or you want to hear what I'm thinking or what I'm going through as an entrepreneur, I share the good, the bad, and most of the time it's lighthearted. So if you want to follow me over there, it's at Roberto Blake. Go ahead and check that out. All right, so I finished everything that I reasonably can for one day, and it's quite a lot. I actually managed to do all of my coaching stuff. Things with the academy turned out great. I need to rest up. I've finished my video editing, basically everything except filming the stuff for my masterclass is pretty much the only thing left. And so I'm going to focus on doing that tomorrow as well as some other things. I don't think I will be vlogging my day tomorrow, but I probably will capture some more B-roll footage. And so yeah, I think I'm just going to ultimately call it a night. I think at best I will end up doing some streaming on Twitch just for a little while to wind down and to hang out with people, socialize a little bit. But other than that, yeah, it was a solid and productive day. I got a lot done and I feel good about it. And I also feel good about just sharing a little bit more of behind the scenes with you guys. I know it may or may not be like the most interesting video. I'm certainly, like I said, I'm not good at vlogging. I never really picked it up. I never really figured it out. I tried it a lot of different times in different formats, but I think this is about as good as it's gonna get. So we'll just see. So if you're interested in seeing another day in the life kind of video from me, let me know down in the comment section and I'll try and hook you guys up with that. I think that if I do it again, I'm gonna do a maker day instead of a manager day, so you can see a little bit more of the behind the scenes of me making my content, planning it, and doing all that stuff. I'm also planning other stuff like maybe a bit of an office tour. You guys got to see probably a little bit more of the office today than you usually would, and I think it could be dope, and I've done some updates, so that's something that I may decide to do vlog style or have somebody help me film it, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, question of the day. What was the most interesting thing you learned about me, my business, and the way I do my content today? Let me know that. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome stuff on the channel. Also, feel free to join us in Awesome Creator Academy. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Me? I'm probably going to call it a day. Take care.